Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's me, your boy, Dragon Masters 525, aka Keon, coming at you with another episode of the Oasis. This is my gardening series, where I take you into my garden and show you kind of like what I've done and how far my garden's come. So for this episode of the Oasis, this is episode 13, so I'm going to end up showing you some flowers that bloomed. And I'm also going to show you kind of like the update on like my peppers that I've been growing for like a hot minute. So as you see here, that is a forget-me-not. This species is called Cynoglossum amabel, and as you can see here, I got actually a bee, a pollinator, which was my end goal in the start of the series. You can see that it's going crazy, but these are called forget-me-nots, or the Chinese forget-me-nots. Cynoglossum amabel is the scientific name for any of you guys that are curious, and they're pretty cool. It's one of my favorite plants in the garden currently, and it's just like so sick. As you can see, some of these bees, these carpenter bees, are just going crazy on it. I got one over here, and then I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like another set right there, and then I got one that's kind of growing right here that hasn't really bloomed yet. But yeah, these are the Chinese forget-me-nots, and they're pretty cool. I think it's super cool that the fact that we were able to, get a bunch of flowers to bloom. We got some nasturtium, which I'll show in a second, and then I got some morning glories, which I'll show in a second too. But we're able to get just a lot of stuff in the garden, just being able to bloom, which I think is like pretty cool. So as you guys can see here, this is one of the morning glories that bloomed. Got a whole plant that's just like blooming these amazing flowers and stuff like that. This is the standard morning glory, so it's like purple, which I think is like really cool. And what's cool about these morning glories is that they're up in the morning and they close by mid-afternoon. Around like 1-2 o'clock, you'll see them fully like closed, I believe, which I think is like freaking awesome. So these are one of the flowers that fell off of the morning glory. These are pretty much essentially what the morning glories look like when, they've closed or decided to fall off. It's a pretty crazy looking flower when it closes, because it doesn't even resemble like the fact that it is a flower. Obviously you could tell between the green and obviously like the different colors here, but yeah, this is what it looks like when it falls off, and this is what it looks like when it's closed. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like when the flowers are starting to come out. They come out in a spiral. You can see that color is already starting to come out, and this is gonna bloom soon, which I think is like pretty cool. It's really awesome, and I really like it. It's one of my favorite flowers. And then over here, this is my Alaskan dwarf nasturtium plant. If you guys have been following the channel, you'll see that I have a bunch of these. You can see that they're like everywhere, which I think is pretty cool. This is what a seed pod looks like. You can see that it's starting to form the seed pod. Got a little mushroom here. It's a inky cap. Ugh. But yeah, I was able to get these to bloom, and I think they're really, really cool and sick looking. You can eat these. These are edible. I've eaten them before. I've eaten the leaves before. They have like a weird peppery kind of taste to them, which is actually not that bad. I would definitely put it like in a salad or something like manageable, so that way like I can really enjoy the peppery taste from them. Another flower that's bloomed that I don't think I've shown yet, but this is my marigold plant. Isopods came and ravaged my yellow marigolds, and I harvested the seeds before it was too late, and this is what I ended up getting, which is crazy because I had yellow marigold plants, but it seems like they're this one that I got, the seeds from my marigold plant just ended up becoming a different color, which I think is like super sick. I'm really excited to see what kind of colors they pop out of and see kind of like what I get. I could get yellow, I could get red. Like it's pretty much up to chance. I'm not really too sure how the genetics works for like plants and stuff like that, but it is pretty cool looking, and I really enjoy having flowers in the garden. Like you saw the bee, it was pretty cool. So another flower that bloomed is my tomato plant. You can see here that it has like yellow leaves, and those are what the tomatoes are gonna be, which I think is like really, really cool. I really like the fact that they're yellow and they're just kind of like, you could tell that the tomato's about to grow, and honestly it just looks so cool. I'm trying to find like a better view so you guys can see kind of like these flowers. You can see right here, these are what the flowers looks like. And then you can see like a little tomatoes growing. But these are kind of like what they look like. Sick, right? So cool. Yeah, this is my biggest tomato plant. So we're gonna see a lot of growth from here, and we're gonna see a lot more flowers and a lot more fruit. So here, that white flower that you see is actually a pepper. That is what the pepper flower looks like, and I think it's really nice. It's kind of big. I've realized that like it's definitely different than like the forget-me-nots, the nasturtiums, the morning glories, where like it's a little bit more bulky and it has more of like a dome shape. Like if you look here, that's like the start of it. You can see how like the flower forms kind of like a bulb facing down, and then it just like grows a lot. And then this is what it looks like when your peppers are starting to grow a lot. It's really cool. These are the two biggest peppers that I have currently, but looking at my other like pepper plants, you're gonna see like insane amount of growth. Like all the peppers are starting to like really bud out and like starting to produce fruit, which I think is pretty cool. What's crazy is that in this garden I have formed a symbiotic relationship with a bunch of the insect life here, a bunch of the like ants and stuff, because they're the ones that tend to these plants that protect it, and in return, like, you know, I get fruit in return, vegetables, which I think is just like gnarly and super insane. Look how big it is. It's bigger than my finger now. Like that's a index finger for size comparison. It's like about as big or bigger than my finger, which honestly is insane. I've never seen like peppers really grow before, except for like time-lapse videos on YouTube and stuff. But I think that's like really cool, and just seeing it in your garden and just seeing it like live is such a different experience than like if I was to watch it through a video. So yeah, unfortunately, as I'm looking through on the garden floor, this is pretty much what the pepper looks like when it's about to start sprouting. You can see it's sad that, you know, this fell off, but we've had some crazy storms, so I can see it like falling off and stuff like that. But pretty much this is how it would work. It would start growing and the flowers already popped off, and you can see that it's already starting to form like the bottom part of the pepper, which I think is like pretty cool. You can see these are the ants that I was talking to you about. You see that? It's insane. They come here, they make sure that like no pest comes and eat my stuff, and you know, they're just really cool helpers. And honestly, I needed like a hand in the garden. But as you can see over here, let me zoom in a little bit. These are more peppers starting to form, which I think is like really, really cool. Soon I'm gonna have a lot of peppers. It's gonna be an insane amount of like peppers gonna be growing, and that's what's gonna be like wild to me. They're really cute, and dude, I can't wait to eat them. So another flower that starting to bloom is actually my cilantro. I know it looks a little rough. I've been trying to grow this for like a hot minute. It's like bushing out a little bit, but it just extended a lot when I added fertilizer. But as you can see, these are what cilantro flowers look like. It's so insane. I can't really smell anything, mostly because I'm sick right now. But these are like one of my favorite like flowers so far in the garden, because they're so like small, petite, and they look really cool. This is my jade plant, starting to grow more. So that's gonna be cool. Oh look, there's a little jumping spider. Looks like a zebra jumping spider. Could be wrong though. That's sick. And then here's the last thing I want to show. It is a trellis. My neighbor gifted it to me because he didn't really need it, didn't really use it. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna try to make like an aesthetic trellis that I can put somewhere. The garden is looking like a little rough, but we gotta do some cleanup, and we gotta like make sure that we can like make like a cool, safe space, and that we can just be in tune with nature. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that is the update on the garden. This is the Oasis episode 13. Most of the flowers bloomed. The only thing I didn't show on camera were the canvas plants, the carrots, and the zinnias, along with the Vix plant and the aloe plants. They've been doing pretty good out here, but those are the only ones that I haven't really shown on camera because they haven't bloomed yet, but they're doing like really good and really well. But yeah, if you guys definitely like this update on my garden on the Oasis, definitely make sure to hit that like button. If not, hit that dislike button and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys want to see another type of plants in the garden? Do you guys want more updates? Like, just definitely let me know. Also, if you guys want to see more episodes like this, I have a whole playlist, I think, a whole gardening playlist. So definitely check out the previous episodes of the Oasis so you can see like the growth between that time and now. And also make sure to hit the subscribe button because we're also on the way to like 3K subscribers, which I think is like pretty insane. Also make sure to hit the bell icon for more notifications so you guys don't miss another update or another video that I post, because I post pretty regularly. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Oasis episode 13, and this is me, your boy Dragon Masters 525, aka Keon, signing out, dude. Woo!